machine in Universidad de Buenos Aires. For answering question 1, we work in our program. For one hand, in the heat map is shown the count of each machine characteristic by region. The less color intensity represents more frequency of machines into a region by each characteristic. In this way, can be seen in region 15 may exist a strange behavior, so that there are more than 5 invalid login attempts. Finally, in region 5 and region 10 there are no equipment in policy status 1. In the other hand, in the parallel coordinates graph, the vertical axis represents each variable, and the horizontal axis is representing the categorical values. This chart was made by regions, and it allows identify some anomalies. For example, we can see that is one server into headquarters with virus infection. The machine function for this one is compute type with normal activity flag, but must be taken with carefully so the was can generate faults and equipment damages in the bank. Next. For answering question 2, we summarize data in terms of policy status, activity flag, and number of connections. For policy status and activity flag, we calculated the percent of machines that were active by category for each branch. For number of connections, we calculated the maximum, minimum, average, and standard deviation. Then we explored data using tables and graphs to identify anomalies in the bank of money. Anomaly 1. This graph is a representation of data centers. We can see in data center 5, which has records since 2 a.m. on February 2, 2 yellow bands that correspond to business hours. Through the gray lines, we see how the number of active machines increases as the hour pass. So, that just at 1 p.m. most machines are active. This behavior differs of other data centers as we can see in other plots. In addition, there was an increase in the number of machines in use between 4:30 and 5:30 a.m. Anomaly 2. In data center 5, except 5 machines, the rest are servers. Thus, in the upper graph, we see the number of servers according to their function, whereas in the lower part, we see the percent of machines that are active by function, which shows that these are active in the same proportion in each observed change. Therefore, it's assumed that there might be some planning to activate servers, but we doesn't distinguish what might be the reason why there are few servers running in the early business hours. Anomaly 3. We observe as another anomaly that machines of 35 branches of region 25 are switched off for several hours. As you can see in the chart, both the start and duration of the break happened at different times for each branch. In addition, there is no previous evidence about machines that go down for maintenance. Apparently, it could be a sudden break. Anomaly 4. Considering the number of connections in most branches of the Bank of Money, the number of these is constant outside of business hours. But in Data Center 5 on February 2 between 3 and 6 a.m., there is a variation. This change could be due to an automatic update of a program or something like that. Anomaly 5. In region 10 on February 2 between 2 and 5:15 a.m., there was an increase in the maximum number of connections of various branches, which is determined as an anomaly. We see for all branches the same behavior on 3 February at the same time. This anomaly could be explained by a process that is scheduled to run at this time.